All right, everyone. Good evening to you all. Um, Fast Track Mason here with the Fast Track Storm Center. Hope you guys are having a great evening so far. Um, Wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about the incoming severe weather that's coming our way that is currently off to our west right now. So as you guys may know, there is a threat for severe weather this evening. Um, So that is going to be coming in from the Midwest. So this is what this live stream is about. So as we take a look here at live Fast Track Max Doppler radar, you can see we are not dealing with any thunderstorms right now. Just some light to moderate to heavy rain coming in from the west, and this is the leading edge of that system that's coming in. Okay, so we're right now just seeing this coming in from the west, and this stretches all the way back into the Indianapolis metro. However, this is, like I said, this is the leading edge. But let me get my tablet here, and I'll show you guys what we are up against this evening. Okay, if you guys have been paying attention. You can, if you guys have been paying attention lately, you know that there is another round of thunderstorms coming in from the west. Okay, the Storm Prediction Center actually just put out a bulletin, and I just posted this a little bit ago, that there's going to be a tornado watch that has been issued. That was going to be issued for maybe parts of the Miami Valley. There's already one out for southern Indiana. Okay. So let me go ahead and put the regional radar on. And you can see here as we zoom out, and I put this in motion, put this out to the last 6 hours. You see as we loop this, well, right now we're just seeing the warnings. I'm not sure why we're seeing those and not the radar. Just give me 1 second here. Okay, so here we go. So you can see here, this is what we are tracking right now that's heading our way, okay? So you can see here, these storms are gathering off to our west, all right? Where you see all this shaded red right here, that is a tornado watch that is out for southern Indiana. This is a brand new tornado watch that was just issued. That goes until midnight. It also extends all the way back into Illinois. So right now we are not under a tornado watch, but it's quite possible we may be put under one as we head throughout the rest of the evening. Okay, so these storms have been producing tornadoes. They have been producing tornadoes back in Illinois. In fact, a couple of them all the way back down here. I'll zoom down here. Actually, move it down here. A couple of these have been individual supercells. Okay. With the classic hook. And they have had tornadoes on the ground. I have seen debris signatures with them. So I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying that could happen. That couldn't happen here in the Miami Valley. But could it happen? Yes. But our main threat, though, is flooding, okay? Flooding, damaging winds, hail, and tornadoes. But flooding's the main concern, okay? Because we've had so much rain lately that now we're looking at another round of rain coming in from the west that's going to be upping the flood threat even more. Okay, so we are going to be paying attention also to a lot of the low-lying areas as well, because that is where the water gathers a lot. Okay, but also damaging winds, like I said, is going to be concerned with these storms, along with large hail and isolated tornadoes. Okay. So these storms are coming in, and like I said, this is a brand new tornado watch, and that almost extends right into Fayette County, Indiana. That's just west of Fayette County. So like I said, this tornado watch until midnight tonight. Again, this is a brand new tornado watch right here. Okay, that was issued. This includes southern Indiana and extends all the way up into the Indianapolis metro. I get my wording right. So like I said, we are not under a tornado watch right now at this moment, but it's quite possible that this watch could get expanded into the Miami Valley as we head towards, so I would say, It's 6:14 right now, 6:15. I would say maybe around 7, 8, 9 o'clock as we head throughout the evening, we could see expansion of this watch, okay? So keep it here to the Fast Track Storm Center for any updates, okay? So let me take you over to the Severe Weather Outlook Tracker, if I can find it. There it is. I don't want the Torcon Tracker. I want the Severe Weather Outlook Tracker. There we go. Here is the Severe Weather Outlook that the Storm Prediction Center has placed for the Miami Valley. You can see across the southwestern part of the Miami Valley is where the greatest risk for these storms will be located, but it's still not out of the question that some of these storms could fire off across the central and northwestern part of the Miami Valley as well, from Wayne and Randolph County all the way back down through the Dayton Metro and down into Clinton County. But right here where we see this yellow shading, that is a level 2, that is a slight risk. That is where the greatest potential for these storms, for the severe weather, is going to be. As I put the Torcon tracker on, this is the tornado threat. So this is where the Storm Prediction Center has highlighted the areas that are at greatest risk for seeing tornadoes. You can see here, low chance of a tornado, but I wouldn't be surprised, okay? Considering the fact that these storms have already been producing tornadoes out to our west in southern Illinois and also expanding into Indiana. But you can see out here, tornado threat, Torcon of 5, rather. And that's because there's more energy out here compared to what we have here in the Miami Valley. So could some of that more intense energy get into the Miami Valley? Yes. And we see that time and time again, okay? We get some winds that come in from a certain direction, usually from the southwest or from the west, and it pushes some of that warm air into the Miami Valley, okay? And it pushes it into our area completely, so we get a little taste of that energy. And that's why we sometimes get stronger thunderstorms than what we anticipate, okay? But looking at the hail threat, the hail threat looks to be more across southern Indiana rather than in the Miami Valley, but still not a question. Even though sometimes we don't have the hail threat, sometimes we still end up seeing storms that end up producing hail, okay? Not very large hail. We've seen time and time again where they'll produce up to like quarter to golf ball sized hail, okay? Which is still very large hail, but here you go. This is the wind threat right here. Like I said, the damaging winds and the tornadoes and the flooding are the primary concerns, okay, for tonight. You can see here again where that level 2 slight risk has been placed in the southwestern part of the Miami Valley. That's where we also have a wind threat of 15, a wind con, okay, is what I call it. A wind con is just like the Torcon, okay? Like I said, this is the wind con, and that tells us where the strongest wind threat is, okay? Whereas here across from Dayton, points northwest, and down towards Wilmington, that's a wind con of 5, okay? So, going over to the future radar, and this is live Fast Track Max Futurecast, okay? So pay attention to this bottom timestamp right here. This top one, that's the current time. The bottom one is the future. Okay, so you can see here that by 9 o'clock is when we will start to see these storms start to be making their way into the Miami Valley. And they'll be making their way. They're going to be mainly affecting Fayette and Union counties, but I wouldn't be surprised if we still see some storms pop up around Wayne County as well. As we head towards 10, 11 o'clock, that's when we'll see an overspread of the system. In fact, there's still, like I said, the potential that some storms may fire off in the Dayton Metro, and also points north, we could see some heavy shower to maybe perhaps some thunderstorm activity across parts of the far northern Miami Valley, including Mercer and Auglaize County as well. But really, it's the southern 2/3, the central and southern 2/3 of the Miami Valley that are really under the gun for some severe weather. So that would be from Miami County from Randolph County through Darke County towards Miami, Clark, and Champaign counties, and then point south, okay? So extending down through the Dayton Metro and all the way down into the Cincinnati Metro area, okay? And including our Indiana counties, our other 3 Indiana counties, Fayette, Union, Wayne, okay? So those are the sections of the Miami Valley that are at the greatest risk, okay? As we move along, like I said, 11 o'clock, that's when we'll see the system completely overspreading the Miami Valley. We move towards midnight. We'll still be dealing with these storms by then, okay? As we head towards 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, we'll see the back edge starting to clear out. But there's still the potential that we could see some extended thunderstorms coming in from the west, okay? So not a question we could see that. As you can see here, Futurecast is showing a line stretching from Dayton all the way back towards Indianapolis, okay? But really, the back edge will be starting to clear the northwestern part of the Miami Valley and perhaps the southwestern part as well. And that's by 2 a.m. And this could change, okay? Things do change from time to time in meteorology. 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, we'll see the main part of the system push off to the east into central and eastern Ohio. But there's still the potential that we will still be dealing, even though that system moves out, we'll still be dealing with showers and thunderstorms as we head into tomorrow morning, okay? Because the flooding threat extends into tomorrow, okay? Throughout tomorrow morning. And that's why Futurecast is showing some scattered showers and thunderstorms by 4 o'clock in the morning. So by the time a lot of us are waking up in the morning to get ready to go work, or to just travel if you got early morning stuff that you have to do around that time, which I can't imagine why, but some people do. We'll be dealing with a lot of showers and thunderstorms scattered about throughout the Miami Valley by then. By 5, 6 o'clock, as we head towards 6 o'clock, seeing that system well off into the eastern half of Ohio towards Pennsylvania. Still looking at some leftover showers and thunderstorms scattered about across the northern half and the far southern half, so around our Ohio River counties, okay, which would be Butler, Warren, and Clinton, okay? So looking at that, and then as we head around 7, 8 o'clock, things will really start to calm down. We'll start to see this taper down because we'll start to see more lighter conditions, okay? Yes, we'll still be dealing with rain and some rain showers, but for the most part, the severe weather will be gone, okay? If that puts things into perspective for you. And then by 9, 10 o'clock, this will really start to taper down. As you can see, those showers pushing off to the east-southeast of Dayton. And as we head towards, that's as far as they'll go. But yeah, you get the point that as we head throughout the late morning and into the afternoon, that's when it'll start to clear out. And we'll be looking at much more better conditions. Maybe some leftover showers, maybe a rumble thunder as well. Couldn't be completely out of the question, but it could change from time to time. So you may be asking yourselves, Mason, where do we stand as far as rainfall goes? Because we've had rainfall already just a few days ago, and now we'll get more. Well, to answer that question, if I back up here, as we head towards, so this is the future rainfall, okay? But let me do something here. Let me pull up the comments and see what we got really quick. Kathy says, thank you for the update. You're welcome. So, as we head towards 9 o'clock this evening, okay, again, keep in mind the bottom timestamp is the future, okay? The future time. So by 9 o'clock, not looking at that much rainfall, but as we head towards midnight, we could be seeing around a good inch, maybe well over that, okay? As we take a couple queries here on Futurecast rainfall. Maybe about a good inch, maybe close to 2 by that time. By 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, we can see rainfall well over an inch in most spots. Maybe even out in our Indiana counties, around 2 inches, well over 2 inches. By 5 a.m., still looking at heavy rain. In fact, look at this. Rainfall could be upwards of an inch across Wayne, parts of Preble, and Southern Dark. In fact, there could be some spots that already hit 2 inches by 7 a.m. across parts of Preble and Union counties. 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, looking at the same thing. And then by 10 o'clock, still the same thing as well, okay? So that's basically a rundown right there, okay? As we take it over back to the regional radar, you can see these storms trucking right along. As they cross from Illinois into Indiana, the purple polygons that you see here, those are flash flood warnings, okay? Those are flash flood warnings for parts of southern Illinois where rainfall has been problematic, okay? In fact, I can show you how much rain they've had just within the past 12 hours. Okay, so this takes us all the way back to shortly before 6 a.m. Look at how much rain has fallen across parts of southeastern Illinois. Look at this. This is insane. 3 to 4 inches, maybe even 2 inches in some spots around Newton, Illinois. That's a lot of rain, folks. It's no wonder why flooding is one of our biggest threats for this evening. Because look at that. I mean, again, like I said, this is 12-hour rainfall. So this is taking us all the way back to shortly before 6 a.m. this morning. This is insane right here. So now the question that we could see some water, some flash flooding happen, okay? And I'm not trying to scare anyone. For those of you that are thinking I'm scaring you, lay it off. I'm not. I would never scare anyone about this. I'm just saying. I'm just saying right now. If you have to travel, if you have to be on the roads tonight, be careful. The last thing you want to do is get caught up in a flash flood or hydroplane as well. We see this time and time again that, and a lot of times we'll see flooding as well cause potholes. We've had a lot of problems with potholes in the past here in the Miami Valley. And so, you're not paying. So, if we have high water on most of the roads, and it starts causing potholes, you're coming across that high water, and you hit one of those potholes, you don't even realize it's there, and you hit one of those potholes, and you wind up with a flat tire. So that's gonna be that could be a problem if you're not paying attention. And you have to be careful at night. Flash flooding is even more dangerous at night compared to during the day, because you're traveling and you come around the bend, and you come around like a curb, and there's a flooded roads there. Okay, so you always have to take flash flooding seriously, even at night. Remember, most flood-related deaths occur in automobiles. Okay, automobiles by far are the #1 most common area for flash flooding deaths to occur. And it only takes about 2, 3 inches of water to wash away your car. Okay? So, especially when you do a flash flooding. Okay? So that's why, right here, that's why there's a lot of flash flood warnings out here in parts of southern Illinois. Okay? So be careful. We're not under a flood watch. As far as I know, we are not. But there is a flood watch off to our southwest in southern Indiana, same areas where the tornado watch is, okay? But yeah, this is insane, so I wanted to show you guys that. So that's a rundown of the severe weather for this evening. I'll go ahead and move us back home. And I'll go ahead and turn Live Fast Track Max back on. No, come on. I'll go ahead and turn Live Fast Track Max back on for us. That way we can see That's why. Because I had the probe on still. So, but yeah, let me turn, as we turn Live Fast Track Max back on, you can see here we are watching that rain come in. So, already seeing some rain out ahead of it. But yeah, that is a rundown of this evening's severe weather. Alright, if any of you have any further questions about tonight's severe weather, or if you get any damage in your area tonight, especially in the areas that are under the level 2, if you get any damage in your area, I want to know. So does National Weather Service, and so do your emergency management officials for your county. Okay, if you want to send your storm reports to me, I'd be more than happy to have you guys send your storm reports to me. You can send them to my email, which is fasttrackstorm@gmail.com. That is the official email for the Fast Track Storm Center. You can also send them to me via Facebook Messenger through the Fast Track Storm Center Facebook page. All right, just send me a message through the page on Messenger and send me your report that way, and I'll pass it along to the National Weather Service in Wilmington, so that way they are aware. Because you guys are going to be our eyes for the night, okay? All of you out there are going to be eyes that we need, all right? So that is this rundown for the severe weather. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys got the information that you needed. If you guys have any further questions, be sure to drop a comment below, and I'll answer them as quickly as I can, alright? You guys take care, stay safe tonight, and keep it here to the Fast Track Storm Center for any new updates I may have for you guys regarding any warnings or regarding that tornado watch or the storms that are coming in, alright? You guys take care, stay safe. I will talk to you guys later. Alright, bye-bye.